Have you ever felt that, despite all your efforts to control your life, unseen forces continue to dictate your choices? What if the key to ultimate freedom lies in understanding the depths of your own mind? In today's video, we delve into Carl Jung's transformative ideas to uncover the harsh truth. For too long, external circumstances, social expectations, and internal projections have ruled our lives. But what if you could break those chains? Through a rigorous analysis of Jung's philosophy, we will explore how the interplay between your conscious and unconscious mind shapes your destiny, and how, by reclaiming control over your inner world, you can finally say, "Nobody and nothing will control you again." Prepare for a journey of self-discovery that will challenge everything you thought you knew about power, control, and the nature of freedom. Since the early 20th century, Carl Jung's work has revolutionized our understanding of the human psyche. In an era marked by rapid industrialization and social upheaval, Jung observed that many individuals were living lives dictated by unseen forces, internal conflicts, repressed emotions, and collective myths. His theories on the unconscious, the shadow, and individuation emerged as a response to the limitations of rational thought, urging people to confront the hidden aspects of themselves, the unconscious and the shadow. Jung argued that the parts of ourselves we deny or repress, our fears, desires, and vulnerabilities, reside in the unconscious. These hidden elements, when unacknowledged, exert control over our actions. Projection, our tendency to project our inner conflicts onto others, thus distorting our perception of reality. Individuation, the lifelong process of integrating all parts of the self to achieve wholeness and autonomy. Self-mastery, the ultimate goal of understanding and controlling the internal forces that shape our behavior so that external events lose their power over us. Behind Jung's analytical observations lies a revolutionary insight, the realization that much of our perceived control is an illusion. Social conditioning, cultural narratives, and our own unresolved conflicts create a web of control that often goes unnoticed until we dare to challenge it. This video sets the stage to reveal these hidden factors, inviting you to look within and discover how you can truly free yourself. Block 1. The illusion of external control. For years, we have accepted that our lives are governed by external forces, society, culture, and circumstance. Jung challenges this notion by asserting that the true power lies within. Analysis. External events only gain control over us when we allow our unconscious mind to latch onto them. The belief that we are at the mercy of fate is, in many ways, a self-imposed prison. Example: consider the common experience of feeling devastated by a criticism or a failure. In reality, these events become significant only because we project our internal insecurities onto them. Block 2. Unmasking the shadow. Central to Jung's philosophy is the concept of the shadow, the dark hidden parts of our personality that we refuse to acknowledge. Analysis. The shadow is not inherently evil, it is simply the repository for everything we deny about ourselves. When we project these traits onto others, we lose control of our own identity. Example: a person who is overly critical of someone else's weakness may be reflecting their own unrecognized vulnerabilities. Recognizing this projection is the first step toward reclaiming power. Block 3. The process of individuation. Individuation is the journey towards wholeness, a process of integrating the conscious and the unconscious to become a fully realized individual. Analysis. By embracing both our light and dark aspects, we dismantle the false dichotomy between what is acceptable and what is repressed. This internal balance is the cornerstone of true autonomy. Example: in therapy and self-reflection, individuals who confront their deepest fears often experience profound personal transformation. They discover that true freedom comes from accepting all parts of themselves. Block 4. The role of projection in control. Projection is a psychological mechanism that allows us to see our own shortcomings in others. Analysis. When you project, you inadvertently hand over power to the very traits you fear. This misdirection not only distorts your reality, but also reinforces the illusion of external control. Example: a leader who accuses others of weakness may be hiding their own insecurities. The cycle of projection creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, where your internal chaos is continually externalized. Block 5. Breaking free through self-mastery. The path to liberation begins with self-mastery, the deliberate process of understanding and controlling your inner world. Analysis. True power is achieved when you stop allowing external events to trigger your emotional responses. By cultivating self-awareness, you can interrupt the cycle of projection projection and reclaim control. Example: meditation, journaling, and reflective practices can help you identify the sources of your emotional reactivity and gradually diminish their hold over you. Block 6. Reclaiming autonomy in a chaotic world. Modern society thrives on chaos, and the constant barrage of stimuli often leaves us feeling overwhelmed and powerless. Analysis. However, by understanding that your reactions are a choice, you can shift the locus of control back to yourself. This realization is both empowering and liberating. Example: instead of succumbing to the pressures of social media, news cycles, or workplace drama, take deliberate steps to cultivate your inner calm. The more you invest in yourself, the less external forces can dictate your state of mind. Block 7. The cost of denial. Denial of our inner truths comes at a steep price. When we ignore the messages of our unconscious, we allow unresolved conflicts to fester, often manifesting as anxiety, depression, or destructive behavior. Analysis. By confronting the parts of yourself you've long avoided, you not only alleviate internal tension, but also pave the way for genuine growth. Example: the process of therapy or deep self-reflection can be painful, yet it is essential for breaking the cycle of denial and reclaiming your personal power. Block 8. Embracing the unpredictability of life. One of the most challenging aspects of modern existence is accepting that life is inherently unpredictable. Analysis. Instead of clinging to the illusion of control, recognize that uncertainty is a natural state. When you release the need to control every outcome, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Example: embracing uncertainty can lead to creative breakthroughs and unexpected opportunities as it forces you to adapt and innovate. Block 9. The psychological freedom of letting go. The ultimate liberation comes from the simple act of letting go. Analysis. By ceasing to care about what you cannot control, you reclaim the power that lies dormant within. This act of detachment is not about indifference, but about focusing on what truly matters. Example: imagine a person who stops obsessing over the opinions of others and instead dedicates their energy to personal growth. This shift in focus can transform every aspect of life, from relationships to career success. Block 10. The unseen consequences of external control. While many of us believe that external circumstances dictate our lives, the truth is far more complex. Analysis. When you allow external forces to control your emotions and decisions, you surrender your autonomy bit by bit. This insidious process often goes unnoticed until it has completely reshaped your identity. Example: over time, the constant validation from social media, peer pressure, and societal norms can erode your sense of self, leaving you feeling empty and directionless. Block 11. The empowerment of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of all genuine change. Analysis. It is only by understanding the inner workings of your mind that you can begin to challenge and overcome the patterns that have long dictated your behavior. This process requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to face uncomfortable truths. Example: regular self-reflection, whether through meditation, writing, or candid introspection, can help you identify and dismantle the limiting beliefs that keep you bound to external control. Block 12. Transforming chaos into clarity. Once you begin to master your inner world, chaos transforms into clarity. Analysis. Every moment of confusion and every burst of negative emotion holds a lesson, if you are willing to learn from it. This transformation is a gradual, ongoing process that ultimately leads to a state of inner equilibrium. Example: as you practice mindfulness and cultivate self-discipline, you may notice that situations which once seemed overwhelming now appear as opportunities for growth and insight. Block 13. The role of dreams and symbols. Jung believed that our dreams and the symbols that emerge from them are windows into our unconscious mind. Analysis. These symbols, often dismissed as mere fantasies, hold the keys to understanding the hidden forces that govern your life. Interpreting these dreams can reveal the underlying truths that your conscious mind has long ignored. Example: a recurring dream of a locked door may symbolize barriers you have erected in your own psyche, barriers that, once unlocked, could lead to profound personal freedom. Block 14. The price of repression. Repressing your true self in favor of external validation comes at a cost. Analysis. When you bury your authentic desires and emotions, you not only stifle your potential, but also invite internal conflict. This repression can manifest in various forms, from anxiety and depression to chronic dissatisfaction. Example: countless individuals who strive to conform to societal expectations eventually find themselves disconnected from their true passions and ambitions, a tragic consequence of a life lived in denial. Block 15. The journey to self-overcoming. Self-overcoming is the process process of transcending your own limitations and forging a new identity. Analysis. It is a journey marked by continuous challenges, setbacks, and revelations. However, every step taken in the direction of self-overcoming is a step toward reclaiming your power. Example, consider the transformative power of personal growth. Each obstacle you overcome builds a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, capable of facing future challenges with unwavering determination. Block 16. The impact of social conditioning. Our upbringing and societal expectations shape much of what we consider normal. Analysis. From an early age, you are bombarded with messages about how to behave, what to value, and who to be. These ingrained patterns can become chains that restrict your freedom. Example, breaking free from social conditioning requires a deliberate effort to question these norms and redefine your identity based on your true desires rather than inherited beliefs. Block 17. The power of self-expression. Authentic self-expression is a rebellion against the forces that seek to control you. Analysis. When you express your true self without fear, without pretense, you disrupt the cycle of external validation. This expression is a powerful declaration of independence. Example, whether it's through art, writing, or even your everyday actions, expressing your individuality allows you to reclaim control over your narrative and shape your destiny. Block 18. Embracing failure as a catalyst for change. Failure is not the end, but a catalyst for growth. Analysis. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and emerge stronger. Instead of fearing failure, see it as an essential part of the journey to self-mastery. Example, the process of trial and error, of stumbling and rising again, is what ultimately leads to a deeper understanding of your capabilities and a more resilient sense of self. Block 19. The liberation of letting go. True liberation comes from releasing the grip of external expectations and internal fears. Analysis. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you free your mind to explore new possibilities. This act of detachment is the first step toward authentic power. Example, imagine shedding a heavy cloak that has weighed you down for years. Suddenly you move with a lightness and freedom that you never thought possible. Block 20. The hidden influence of the unconscious. Much of what governs your behavior is hidden deep within your unconscious mind. Analysis. By bringing these hidden forces to light through self-reflection and introspection, you can reclaim control over your actions. Recognizing the power of your unconscious is essential for true self-mastery. Example, techniques such as dream analysis and meditation reveal the underlying patterns that have been steering your life, enabling you to break free from old habits. Block 21. The role of intuition in decision-making. Intuition is a powerful guide that often operates beyond the realm of rational thought. Analysis. When you learn to trust your gut feelings, you tap into a deeper source of wisdom that is not easily swayed by external pressures. This intuitive sense is crucial for navigating life's uncertainties. Example, many of history's greatest leaders credited their successes to following their instincts, a reminder that true power often lies in trusting yourself. Block 22. Challenging the illusion of control. For too long, society has convinced us that we are at the mercy of external forces. Analysis. In reality, much of what seems like external control is a reflection of your inner state. By challenging this illusion, you can begin to see that the true power lies within you. Example, the moment you realize that your reactions are a choice, you can reclaim the reins of your life and start directing your destiny. Block 23. The necessity of inner discipline. Discipline is the backbone of self-mastery and personal transformation. Analysis. Cultivating inner discipline through practices like meditation, journaling, and rigorous self-reflection allows you to harness your inner energy and direct it toward meaningful goals. Example, just as an athlete trains rigorously to excel, nurturing your inner discipline enables you to overcome obstacles and achieve lasting success. Block 24. The transformation through self-acceptance. Accepting yourself with all your strengths and weaknesses is the foundation of true empowerment. Analysis. When you stop fighting your nature and embrace your authentic self, you unlock the potential to transform every challenge into an opportunity. Self-acceptance is not complacency. It is the starting point for radical change. Example, like a sculptor revealing a masterpiece hidden within a block of marble, accepting yourself allows your true form to emerge. Block 25. The evolution of personal identity. Your identity is not fixed. It is an evolving construct shaped by your experiences and choices. Analysis. Embracing this evolution means recognizing that you are constantly growing and changing. The journey to self-mastery is an ongoing process that requires you to adapt, learn, and redefine yourself over time. Example, consider the process of metamorphosis. A caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, symbolizing the profound change that occurs when you let go of old limitations. Block 26. The intersection of power and vulnerability. True power is not the absence of vulnerability, but the ability to harness it as a source of strength. Analysis. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open the door to genuine connection and creative expression. This balance between strength and vulnerability is key to achieving lasting empowerment. Example, like a tree that bends in the wind without breaking, embracing vulnerability fortifies you against life's storms. Block 27. Overcoming the burden of social expectations. Social conditioning often traps you in a cycle of conformity and self-doubt. Analysis. By questioning these ingrained expectations, you liberate yourself to live authentically. The path to freedom begins with recognizing that the opinions of others do not define your worth. Example, when you reject the need for constant approval, you find the courage to pursue your true passions and aspirations. Block 28. The power of self-reflection and continuous learning. Deep, honest self-reflection is the gateway to unlocking your potential. Analysis. Engaging in continuous learning and introspection enables you to confront your inner demons and transform them into sources of strength. This process is essential for overcoming the limitations imposed by both internal and external forces. Example, regularly reviewing your experiences and lessons learned can illuminate the hidden paths to personal growth. Block 29. Embracing change as the only constant change is inevitable, and resistance only prolongs suffering. Analysis. By accepting that change is a natural part of life, you empower yourself to adapt and thrive amidst uncertainty. The willingness to change is the first step toward reclaiming your freedom from outdated patterns. Example, like the seasons that shift seamlessly from one to another, embracing change allows you to flow with life rather than struggle against it. Block 30. The ultimate revelation, regaining control. In the final analysis, the harsh truth is that true control over your life comes from within. Analysis. When you let go of the illusion that external forces hold sway over you, you reclaim your power. This revelation transforms not only your perception of control, but also your ability to shape your destiny. Example, as you learn to master your inner world, every challenge becomes a stepping stone toward genuine empowerment, and nothing, no person, no circumstance can dictate your fate. At the height of our exploration, a startling truth emerges: the power to control your life is not found in external circumstances, but in the mastery of your own mind. The forces you once believed dictated your destiny, those relentless expectations, societal pressures, and internal conflicts, are revealed to be mere reflections of your inner world. When you learn to decipher and master these internal signals, you unlock a profound source of freedom and self-determination. Imagine a moment when every external demand loses its grip, when the chaos of the world transforms into a harmonious background against which your true self stands out. This is the silent revolution of self-mastery. The realization that you and only you hold the reins of your destiny is both liberating and intimidating. It forces you to confront the uncomfortable fact that, until now, you have allowed your subconscious fears and inherited beliefs to steer your life. This revelation isn't just a theoretical insight, it has tangible consequences. When you take control of your inner narrative, every setback becomes a lesson, and every challenge an opportunity for growth. You no longer react blindly to the world. Instead, you choose your responses with deliberate intent. This empowerment comes from the continuous process of self-reflection, rigorous self-discipline, and the courage to face the parts of yourself that you have long denied. The moment of truth is now. The journey to reclaim your autonomy begins with the simple act of letting go of the illusion of external control. As you peel away layers of conditioning and confront your shadow, you find that true power comes from within, transforming uncertainty into clarity and chaos into order. In summary, our deep dive into Carl Jung's philosophy has unveiled a harsh yet liberating truth. Nobody and nothing will control you again once you master the hidden forces of your own mind. We have dissected the illusion of external control, unraveled the mystery of projection and the shadow, and examined the transformative process of individuation. By understanding that the battles you face are often internal, you reclaim the power to shape your destiny. This journey is not an end in itself, but the beginning of a continuous process of self-overcoming. The key takeaway is that true control does not come from external validation or adherence to societal norms. It comes from a rigorous, honest confrontation with your inner self. When you let go of the burdens imposed by external circumstances, circumstances and outdated conditioning. Everything in your life begins to fall into place. You emerge stronger, more resilient, and capable of steering your own course, free from the shackles of both external expectations and internal conflicts. Now, as you stand on the threshold of this new understanding, I ask you, are you ready to break free from the chains that have long held you captive? Will you choose to master your inner world and redefine what it means to be truly free? If you're prepared to embark on this transformative journey, join our community of seekers who refuse to be ruled by fate. Thank you for watching. If this exploration of Carl Jung's insights resonated with you, please like this video, subscribe to Psyche Arcanum, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement is not only appreciated, it is essential for sparking further discussion on the true nature of power and self-mastery. Remember, true freedom is not about escaping life's challenges, but about facing them head-on with the strength of your own will. Keep questioning, keep reflecting, and above all, keep reclaiming your power. Your journey toward an unshakable, self-determined life starts now.